Alright, we are looking at the hollow block, and I think the first thing we have to notice is that it is metric. And the numbers that we're looking at are, 130, 76, 30, 50. They're larger than what we are used to seeing. So we have to go into AutoCAD, and the very first thing we need to do is type the word units, U-N-I-T-S, and this screen will come up. And we're going to change our units to scale to centimeters, and then hit OK. So as long as this part right here is the centimeters, we're going to hit OK.
Would the staff from the math department please report back to room A203?
Second thing we're going to do is we're going to type in the word limits. And the limits are the piece of paper size that we're on. If we look in the lower left hand corner, it says 0, 0. That is what we want. Now it says upper right hand corner, it says 12 centimeters by 9 centimeters. Well, if we're thinking about that, right now we've got 130 by 50, it would shoot it way off the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my limits to 200, 200, and I'm going to hit enter. So now I'm going to double click my roller mouse next. Double click the roller mouse, or you can hit Z enter, A enter. Now the other thing obviously is we're looking to do this as an isometric drawing. So I'm going to come down to the bottom left hand corner right in here, and I'm going to right click. And I'm going to go to settings. And I've got to change it then to my isometric snap and hit OK. Notice that it switched my cursor to a red and green cursor looking piece. When I go in here to draw my line, at this point I can draw my line any angle that I want it at, but as soon as I turn on the ortho button, the third one over down here in the bottom left, it will only go at a 30-degree angle. So it says it's 130 to the left, 50 to the right, and 30 tall. So I'm going to type in 130 and hit enter. Notice that it shoots it way off the screen. That's okay. Again, double click your roller mouse, or you hit Z enter, A enter. I'm going to double click my roller mouse. It's zoomed into that line, so now I can zoom out on it. I'm going to go ahead and draw my angle line 30 to the right. Actually, it's 50 to the right. I can't go that direction, so I got to hit Control E on my keyboard. Control E, it flips my triangle around, and I am going 50 to the right. I don't like what I see here. Oh, I want 1,000 something. I'll go over my 50 there. You can come in. So at this point, I have a 130 line right there and a 50 line there. 130 by 50. And if we look here, we've got 130 by 50. It is also 30 tall. So I'm going to draw a line up
Melissa Federline, please report to your
at 30.
Room C114.
I'm going to hit Control E to shift my axes around. So I'm going to type in 30, enter. Come over at 50, enter. Go ahead and come down with it. I got to go back to the left now, so I'm going to hit Control E on the keyboard. Type in 130 and down. I'm going to hit Control E again. Come over my 50 to run it down. Now there's my box, but I'm not going to see the back edges. So I'm going to cut that out, and there's my brick. Now what I need to do is get that solid brick, or that middle part, out of there right here. So I got to look at it. 50 minus 24 is 26. Half of 26 is 13 here and 13 here. Alright, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to come in from this point. I'm going to come in 13, enter, draw my line back. I'm going to come in 13 from this corner, draw my line back. And now I need to know how far in this direction to come to get the box centered on there. And if I look at 130 minus 76. Well, 100 minus 76 would be 24. And I'm going to add 30 to it, so that's 54. And half of 54 is 27. So this measurement right there is 27, and then I've got 76. So I'm going to come over here, down 24, enter. And then 76, enter. I'm going to go ahead and trim out what I don't need. Some of them I'm going to have to come back and actually erase. Like this one right here, I got to come back and erase that. I can't trim it. Now to finish the hollow block, I'm going to see this inside face. I got to hit Control E to go down with it. How far down? Only to where it goes right there. And right there, the hollow block would be finished and ready to print. If we're going to print, we're going to come down here to this model space in the bottom right. You would right click and you would say, it should say show display tabs. Mine are actually already up right here. I'm going to right click on my tabs, go from a template. If I click on my documents, the ANSI ACAD template should be up the way that we've saved it already. Hit OK. Gives you a new box over here. Double click in the middle, turns on your viewport. Double click your roller mouse. You can see the hollow block, zoom it in. Double click in the gray area to get rid of that solid black line in the viewport. I'm going to zoom in down here to do my name. Click off the screen. And now I'm just ready to print. So when I come up here to my print tab, and my print button actually is not there, so I'm going to go to this area. I'm going to go File, Plot. Choose A105, which is my printer, and hit OK, and it should come out just fine. So at this point, the hollow block is now finished.